Devon Mosley steps out. He thought he was coming quick. You can just tell that this isn't one of those, we're going to be friendly about this.
No, these two.
And let's see what Willie does here early in the round. We'll see how he is. Now, this is more concentration than I saw him have in the last 2 fights that he's ever had. Before, his hands were down a little lower. He was waving the guy towards him. At least Devon's coming at him.
Yeah, Willie, you can definitely feel the intensity behind Willie on this one.
Now, this fight was just brought up in the last 3 to 4 days. So this was not originally on the card.
No.
Willie, you gotta keep jabbing.
And I would tend to say, that if that if Willie catches him good, he may be talking to him the entire time while he's punching him.
Yeah, I can see that. Just maybe a couple words per punch.
Yeah, and Devon actually looks pretty good in there. We didn't even think this was going to happen.
Yeah, I actually thought this was going to end a lot faster.
Good left kick to Willie Floyd's midsection, but it didn't sting him. You see him, that's the typical Willie Floyd. Hands down, walking at his opponent.
Pop the jab, Floyd. Pop the jab, baby. There you go. Keep
Willie Floyd in the blue gloves, Devon Mosley in the red gloves. Both fighters back up. Willie still concentrating.
Willie trying to bait.
Just trying to get him in there. Here we go. Here's the Willie Floyd we all know. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here's the Willie Floyd we all know. Puts his hands down.
There you go. Come on.
Now that you've got him back up there, Willie Floyd, I'm surprised, didn't attack. The Willie Floyd I don't know would have attacked.
Devon's face, it looks like...
Look, he is just like...
a little bit of intensity there.
Yeah. He knows that he is in the fight of his life right now. This is not something that he expected. And I'm sure 5 days ago didn't expect to be in this fight, fighting somebody. Good kick from Willie Floyd.
Devon, pounding around a little bit, circling around. Both fighters kind of living it up here a little bit.
I mean, last Saturday you don't know you're going to fight. This Saturday you're fighting Willie Floyd. Willie Floyd standing tall in the middle of the ring. Devon throwing some haymakers in there. Just like you said in some earlier fights, you got to keep your eyes on the target. It didn't look like Devon had his eyes on it.
Wow, Willie using, talking to Devon now.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught in there. Willie getting silly, but I think Devon can catch him.
Yeah, Devon's drawing him in.
Remember, all of this because Willie Floyd wants to fight Brian Lane. That's a good kick from Devon Mosley to the inside of Willie's leg. That caught him.
This is the most excited I've heard this crowd. And
asked him if he was going to fight. Willie Floyd said, "Stop moving around. Stop moving around. Are you going to fight?"
Right, let's go.
Willie Floyd has been the aggressor. Exchanging kicks down low. Look, Devon nodding his head.
A lot more kicking than anything else this fight, but I'm sure
Willie
at
Floyd
some point
looking to catch him. I don't think there's a person in the building from the MMA community that doesn't know about the Facebook post. You can hear them all around. They push up Willie, push up Willie. I tell you what, Devon, though, being the aggressor, we didn't think this was going to happen from the last 2 opponents from Willie Floyd. It didn't look anything like this. Oh, a knee from Devon. About 30 seconds left in this first round. We didn't think it would go this long.
no, Devon not giving in to Willie's taunts, trying to draw Willie in.
I don't know what Dave Morris saw, but Willie was saying he got kicked, but who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know if Dave Morris saw the same thing that Willie was feeling, but he caught him twice with 2 kicks that took Devon back. Mosley back up against the cage. Those are good. A good kick to the face, blocked a little bit by Mosley. Willie backs up. That's it right there. sweating.
Wow.
We haven't seen Willie Floyd sweat.
This is pretty exciting. Dang it.
Dave Morse is going to need to get this under control if he doesn't want to see any of this chit-chatting going on. Willie Floyd, this is how he fights. And I know Dave Morse has been doing this a long time and probably knows the history behind this. Now you see Willie Floyd talking to his trainer about Dave Morse. That he did get kicked in the groin.
Yeah, that you know, I think, again, it was kind of going back to what we talked about earlier, you know, using the 5 minutes. Sometimes I think you just want to get right back into it.
Right. But as I saw Dave Morse, he didn't grant the kick to the groin. He didn't grant it to him. He just said, hey, didn't want to see this. Started round number 2. Dave Morse gets the corners out of the octagon.
Hold that kick and don't cross.
There's the bell. Both fighters ready. Dave Morse calls him to the middle. And here we go with round number 2. Willie Floyd in the blue gloves. Devon Morse in the red gloves. Willie fighting in the red shorts. Devon fighting in the white and black shorts. All of this over a Facebook post about Willie wanting to fight Brian Lane, standing up a little bit for Mike Pope because he is injured from a training accident. Mosley still backpedaling, still moving around, trying to... It's frustrating Willie Floyd because he's not standing still.
No, Devon keeps moving, picking his shots.
And he wants him to stand still. And he's not. Devon Mosley is actually fighting the way that Willie Floyd haven't seen somebody fight him in a while.
No, I mean, I think scorecard-wise, like, you could have given that last round to Devon.
I think the couple of front kicks and the kicks, I think I was leaning more towards Floyd on the points.
Yeah. Depending on the
That's a good kick, though.
Judge.
Good round kick to the lower leg of Willie Floyd. I'm telling you, Mosley is not laying down like the rest of Floyd's opponents. Another kick to the inner part of Willie's leg. Willie just coming back at him like this isn't hurt me. Setting him up. Willie's hit, his strikes are just not hurting Mosley. He struck him twice, they're not hurting him. Willie's gonna get tired chasing him around. That's the third kick to the leg. Devon looks like the better fighter to me right now as he moves around. Floyd just looks like one of the guys you see in the street. Not a whole lot of technique, just running straight at him.
Not a lot of footwork, not a lot of head movement.
Just Willie just walking straight at fighters. There's a good front kick. Blocked. He wants him to stand there and fight, and Mosley's not doing what he wants to do. I don't think we've seen Willie Floyd sweat in a fight. Willie's still talking to him, still saying stop and fight, stop and fight. Mosley just frustrating him. I think Willie's going to have to get him up against the cage. He's caught him twice. And a kick to the midsection. As both fighters talk back and forth. Willie got caught twice in the face. The kicks are landing against Floyd. And a low knee from Floyd. Both fighters up against the cage. Willie told him that he needed to fight. Devon struck him twice. Willie just standing there acting like this doesn't bother him.
Stop his foot! Foot stop!
Now Mosley's got Floyd against the cage. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pin him against the cage before.
Willie's definitely losing this round.
Foot stop! Ease!
Willie Floyd might be a little bit tired. Here we go. Devon looked like maybe he got caught a little low. A kick, Willie Floyd goes down. Hot Picks right back up with a block from Mosley.
1, 2.
Pressure from
Now
Willie.
Mosley's starting to look a little like somebody who could be stumbling. You've seen he's slowed down a little bit.
They're both getting tired.
Both fighters extremely tired, I think, right now. A lot more than Willie wants to show you. Now, you've obviously seen Mosley slow himself down. Low kick, Dave Morse warning Floyd. Quick right hook didn't miss from Mosley.
Willie just keeps wading straight in.
It's just, look, his hand's down. He looks annoyed, but he's losing this.
I think if he was a little bit
Another right
faster.
hand from Mosley. He needs to stop with this. He needs to start fighting like we've seen Willie Floyd fight. He better not leave this to the judges. Right now, it is close. Mosley misses with an overhand. 30 seconds left in round number 2. Oh! He caught him with a backhand. A hard roundhouse to the side of the face. Good kick to the ribs. Another one to the ribs. Willie should capitalize on those when he's turned around. Willie Floyd still talking as I think he lost that round. One of the most exciting fights I think we've seen here at OO Fights.
We could be 1-1 right now.
I say Willie on round 1, Mosley on round 2. This will be the decider. I don't want to leave this one to the judges because we're not sure about round 1.
No. And I think if this does go to the judges, we're not going to hear the end of this one.
Oh. I mean, if it goes to the judges and Willie Floyd wins, I think Mosley still wins.
I think so.
I think if it's a decision and he goes the full 3 rounds with him and he stood in there toe-to-toe, Brian Lane's looking at, you better beat Mosley before you come at me.
Absolutely. No, I full-heartedly agree.
There's the whistle. Dave Morse gets the corners out of the ring, and here we go for the 3rd and final round. Mosley, Willie Floyd looks tired, sweating. We haven't seen him go 3 rounds in the last 5 times he's fought. Both fighters with their hands on their hips, a sign of just being exhausted. Mosley with his mouth wide open, breathing through his mouth, trying to catch his wind. Here we go. Dave Morse tells him to fight. Floyd comes out. There's a show of respect I haven't ever seen from Willie Floyd as he touched gloves. Ground and pound here. Willie on top. Haven't seen Willie on the ground in a long time.
Willie on top. He needs to work the pass, try to advance his position. He needs to look to finish this fight. If he can finish this fight.
First time we've seen both fighters on the ground. Willie on top. Hits. Those hurt. And don't say they don't when you're catching them in the ribs. Elbows and hands to the ribs of Mosley. Mosley trying an up kick. The reach from Willie Floyd right now is an advantage with the reach.
Yes. Willie just needs to keep striking from the top. He needs to start to pass and try to get to a more dominant position where he can do a little bit more damage.
That's 2 huge hits from Willie Floyd.
Willie needs to start dropping heavy bombs.
Elbows right now would be the key, and I think that's what Willie Floyd's corner is saying. Elbows, elbows, elbows. Elbows to the ribs. Gonna try to hold his hands down and get some...
Just let him go! Posture up and let him go, Willie!
Gonna put pressure on the neck here from the forearm. There's some hammer fists to the face of Mosley. I'm telling you, this is not how Willie Floyd saw this fight going.
No, I think Willie
huge 3, 4. Hammer fist to the face of Mosley. Looks too tired to get up on his feet.
I think Willie does still want to finish this fight if he wants...
He caught him right there with a fist and an elbow. But I'm telling you, anything less than a knockout from Willie Floyd right now. If I'm Brian Lane, I'm like, I'm not sure that you're worthy right now.
Right.
I think it's a win right now for Mosley. Nobody thought he was going to get out of round number 1.
No, I don't think anybody expected him to get this far. Willie needs to work the pass.
Now he has to actually have some technique here. He doesn't usually have to have technique with a lot of fighters. He just comes in and he overpowers them. He's so much bigger and stronger, and now all of a sudden, Mosley is in a spot to make him look silly, and this is not anything that Willie Floyd thought was coming. There's another right hand, the left hand, hammer fist to the face, and I might see an egg developing on the forehead of Devon Mosley.
Willie needs to work the pass. Devon needs to try to attack and get back to his feet because he is losing this round. 2 minutes left.
Shots to the ribs. Mosley might be out of gas. Mosley might be out of gas. Willie Floyd trying to posture up so he can get these hammer fists down. Now we're going to stand him up. Now we're going to stand him up. That I haven't seen that. It still looked like Willie was making some moves.
You gotta push the pace
I think the ref must have given him some warnings or something. Willie needs to finish this fight.
This is going to be one of those things.
Oh.
That was just Mosley being tired. And
yeah.
now you're in a situation where Willie has to throw some hammer fists. I mean, we're not sure if he won round one or not.
Hang on, Willie, let's go.
No, I think Willie wants to finish this fight.
Mosley is just tired now. He's just laying on the mat. He's not trying to do anything to stop from being hit. Elbows from Willie. Willie is tired. Willie Floyd is the first time I've seen him sweat and be tired.
Yes.
In a last of an ending round here with about 30 seconds left to go. Willie cannot stop him.
I think he'd be in better shape if he had more than a couple days knowing that he'd do this one. But I think Willie does want to try and finish the fight from here. He's only got 30
Willie Floyd
seconds.
thought he could beat him with 3 days. Notice. I think Willie thought he was weak. There is an egg developing on the side of Mosley's right forehead. 20 seconds left in this fight. Not sure who this is going to go to. Don't want to leave it. Oh, reversal. I don't think I'm seeing what I saw here.
Crowd is going crazy.
I'm not sure. That was just an unreal event that you just witnessed. And Mosley, whether or not he wins or loses this fight tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a split decision of 29-28, 29-28, 28-29, your winner, out of